Welcome to a great session I've got with a longtime friend. I've been wanting to do this for a very, very long time. Brandon Weiss, Wise Agent. A lot of you know this CRM, and you've either played with it, have used it, paid for it, have it. And so I thought, why not bring in Brandon to show us how to use it and the things that he thinks are important for real estate agents as we start shifting into this whole new world. You're watching it happen before your eyes. Brandon, welcome, man. When did you create Wise Agent?
Hey,
When did
thanks, Tristan. Thank you.
you?
It's great to be here. Yeah, we've been out now with YZ for over 20 years doing it, and so if you haven't seen it for a while, all we do here is we just really build relationships with our members and listen to feedback. And as the feedback's been coming in over the years, we love to just continually make it better, listen to your problems, and innovate solutions using our technology. And so that's kind of what it's all about today, is just to kind of run you through. You all know you should be using a CRM of some sort. You all know the things you should be doing. Now I'm just going to kind of show you, hey, here's how you actually do it in using the technology. And that's kind of my thought for today.
All right, question before we start. And by the way, everyone, welcome. Let me know what city, what state, what country you're from, and if you're using Wise Agent or not. Here's a question I have, Brandon, and I don't know the answer. So, did you did you come up with the name Wise Agent because of your last name, or did you change your last name to match Wise Agent?
I was born with one of those names that I thought, man, I better use this somehow. So yeah, it
Yeah.
just seemed to make sense. And the real story behind that was when we started and didn't know what we were doing or how this whole thing worked. Our first name was Wise Realtor, and we thought it was a great name,
Oh,
and we went all crazy with it. We got our cards, we got the logo and everything, and then we got that letter from National Association of Realtors saying you're not allowed to use our name, realtor. So it was an immediate big problem. We just spent all of our money on the branding and getting so excited, and we had to kind of stop and pivot and change everything. So and that's kind of how business is, as you guys know, all the way through. It just keeps on going like that. But it's been
that's
a
great.
really fun ride.
Good job on pivoting. All right, where do you want to start with this so we can take a look at this
Yeah,
product?
yeah, so I think I was actually just watching your ultimate playbook 2025 video, which was awesome.
Mm.
And I think that's where you start, is really right where you start. It's got to be about the mindset first, and we all know that it's about your getting your morning routine done before the technology comes in. You've got to have the mindset right first. And I think if you guys aren't, that's what Tristan constantly preaches. With all the noise right now in the industry, you can get sidetracked so easily and get off track. And I think it's really important for you to figure out how to get your mind right. Get up every morning, get your exercise in. You know you need to be doing it. We all know we need to be making calls, and we know all the things we need to do. Now let's just start doing it. And part of using the technology right is really your mindset, because it controls everything.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and so after you've got your workout in, you go to your morning jujitsu or you get your walk done, whatever you're doing, then the next thing you do every day, you guys, is it's a routine. Now you're going to jump right into your database, your CRM when you get there, so you can kind of get your mindset. Hey, what's up? What's my day? You saw it last night. Now you're getting refreshed on today's right when you log in. And so I can go ahead and share my screen right now and kind of get started here, just so you see what it looks like to log into a CRM. So I'm going to hit share, and we've got this. This is just Wise Agent. This is what the front of it's going to look like, and you guys, we have some really special things set up for you. If you use the LCA promo code, you're going to get some extra things you don't get on a normal Wise Agent account. That I'll show you some of the things that are in there. But just know it's wiseagent.com/LCA. Once you get started, and if you don't, if you already got an account, or you don't sign up right, no big deal. We're there to back you up, and we'll just easily move you in. So everything is fixable. Just know you're using technology, but we do this all the time, and we're here to help, and we'll just make it right. So you can't really mess this up. So when you first log
Really quick,
in,
just wanted to
yeah,
say there's quite a few people on, and some of the people that are on are already using Wise Agents, so that's super cool to
hey,
see. So
Well,
thanks.
thank you all for coming in. Hopefully, I'll be able to show you a few things that you haven't seen, but I appreciate you being here, even as our members. And this today is a little different than our normal monthly webinars. This is one that's really focused on our technology, and
Yeah.
I'm going to just kind of doing an overview. Where normally on our monthly webinars, I'm trying to listen to our members and show you guys how they're using it. So I'll kind of put some of
Yeah.
that in here as well. But when you first log in, this is what we're looking at. This is kind of going to be your home screen, and we'll kind of go over it later. But over here on the left is your main navigation bar. If you're on a team, you'll be able to see all the team members on the right, and it's just really easy when you first get started to go in and get your profile and your team and everything set up. And just know that our team is here to help you get your email signature and everything running. And so you don't have to do it all yourself. Right? When you start Wise Agent, we'll do a one-on-one onboarding with you and help you get it all set up properly. And that's going to be get your leads coming in, get your database in, get your calendar synced over with your phone. And so everything's working together. So just know we're here to help. And I think that's a big piece that's missing out on a lot of technology in our industry is that hand holding and just so you know, our support, you guys, is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So when you're working after hours, we're there to support you. But so logging in, I guess one of the big things that you went over on the ultimate playbook is you've got to get your database set up properly, and all leads and all your contacts in your database are not equal. And so you need to kind of categorize them properly. So I'm going to jump right over into the contacts, and we're just going to go right to the contact list so you can kind of understand when Tristan says how you segment your database, because you need to be talking to your database in different ways, and you need to definitely have your VIP list or your top 50 list, or I think Tristan calls it your core list of people that you're gonna, and these are people that hey, they know my name when I call, they are my
Brandon,
VIPs.
I
Yes.
love to separate our CRM into two different CRMs because what I find is that a lot of agents that go into the CRM don't know where to start. So
Right.
from the very beginning, when we're setting this up, we tell people you're going to have your everyday CRM, those people that are just came through maybe an open house or online lead, or I don't know. Maybe they called on a sign call and they ended up through a QR code in here. And then here's where the money is. You're going to have a core database, a database that you love and nurture, pay attention to, invite to events, maybe even do pop buys and give a gift to. Those are the people that will build this career for you. And that's what I call two databases, right? That's one I wanted
Yeah,
to
no,
outline.
that's exactly right. And when he says two databases, we're still using just one
Yeah,
CRM.
just
We
one
have
CRM. Just
everyone in that. And so in Wise Agent, you're going to have everyone in your database, whether they're your friends, your family, your neighbors, your past coworkers, your past clients, what you might call past clients, everyone in one database. And then it makes it really easy. I'm going to click on this little gear on the bottom right here, right on the contact list. And this is where I'm going to be able to see my categories and sources. So as he's talking about manage your categories, you can go in anytime, and we're constantly changing the names. It's called our core, it's our VIP, our top 50. Change it, whatever works for you, but you can
yeah,
always go edit and see who's in your database. Do I need to make changes? Um, how am I organizing my database? And there's the difference from your categories versus your source. The source is going to be, where did you find people? Did you meet them at the grocery store? Was it at the barbecue? So you only meet someone one time. If it was it an open house, and they're always going to be that one source. But the categories, you're constantly going to be adding to it, so that you might have put them in your core list, and then you find out they're a fan of a certain team, or they have this hobby. So you can kind of add to that to help you segment and
yeah.
anything build
Brandon,
relationships. Yes.
on Rajender or Raj, um, great question. How do we virtually separate this between core and the rest of them. Brandon just showed you it goes into categories. So
Yeah,
when you choose whatever category you're going to call this, the way that I would do it is I would open up that category first every time I'm going to go into my CRM because I know those are the people that are going to make me the most money. Your CRM is not equal. Like everyone in your CRM should not get the same amount of attention. Never. So
that's right.
you prioritize those and you need to define who are the people that are going to be in your core. And so as you're working with your CRM, define it this way. This is how I do it. Uh, have they referred business to you? Number one, right? Have you asked them ever if they would refer business and have they said yes? Great, right? And the third one is a little loose for me. It's like, let's say I just met Brandon and we hit it off and we just like everything. Like we both use Wise Agent somehow. It's amazing. And we both love Arizona. And I'm like, dude, this guy's awesome. I think we can, I'm gonna invite him to that. Then I put him into that as well. Like that would be the third one, even though he's never referred anybody to me. I have a great feeling about this guy. And then we can determine this later as we connect. I just wanted to add that, Brandon.
I love that. And it's my top 50 list is always changing. So as I meet new people that are coming in, I'm like, hey, you know what? This guy, or you can add to it. So it doesn't just because we call it top 50 or top 25, it doesn't have to be 25. You can make it 28, whatever works for you. But we're kind of just segmenting those out. And then your CRM needs to be easily able to filter and narrow down to that list so that when I come in and I had an idea this morning, I want to send a list, an email or a text to everyone that is in this category or that category or in this neighborhood, I can quickly do that. And so you've got your filters up here, and in Wise Agent, you can filter in so many different ways. You can say, hey, I want to go under additional categories and find everyone that's in a certain subdivision and search it that way, or whatever you want to do. There's no end to how you can sort by multiple categories. And then over here, you've got sort by date added or date updated, so the most recent updates, and it'll just resort your contacts, and then you can easily select them, select the ones you want, and then do an action. But just for this demo, I'm going to go ahead and click on one and show you what it looks like when you actually click on a contact, just so you kind of see what does a summary page look like in a CRM that has all the information. And so you're going to always know that source where you got them. And then again, you're going to have as many categories that you can search by anytime you want that you're adding people to as you kind of get more and more information and you build that relationship, which is what this is all about, is building relationships, and that equals transactions down the road. And so at the top here in Wise Agent, we've got the AI bot, so you can always turn that on if it's a lead and it'll kind of do the texting back and forth. But then you've got your statuses. And so this is really cool that anytime I'm talking to someone and the status changes, maybe I set an appointment, right then I can update the marketing. So they're always under a marketing, whether they're getting dripped on, emails, text, but it's for different reasons. And when the relationship changes and I change that status, it immediately moves them into that new set of drips and emails that we're going to show you how to set up.
Brandon, I
Yes.
have a quick question. This is like just looking at this. I love it, but I have a question about this. Is there an option or can you create an option for Wise Agent where we can change the way that the colors look so that let's say it's all like white and then the icons are just slightly shaded. So that's way
Yes. Yeah.
like my
Yeah.
eyes, they love color, but sometimes I just want like simplicity. Can you create that?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, you can. Under our settings, if you're with Keller Williams and you want the Keller colors or the Coldwell colors or Remax or white, or black, whatever it is, you can go into our settings and change the whole look and feel of the system. Also,
Love
on
it.
this page, it doesn't have to be this complicated. I've got a lot of stuff on here, but there's even more that other brokers and agents have asked for. And so some people want a lot and some people want a little. So I can change the look of the information that shows up when I click on a contact, and it's always there on the left, but I don't always have to make that my default. So for instance, let's say that I'm getting ready to go to a listing appointment and I want to now zoom in and know, hey, I better remember who is all the rest of the family. I can click on family And now I added this down to the bottom, and I can remind myself what the kids' names are, what the dog and the cat's name is. So when I get in there, it's, I truly have that relationship. Or maybe I want to know my referrals. Has this guy really been referred? Oh, yeah. He was referred to me in 2020, and he's referred all these people to me. So I don't have to look at that every time. I can click it. But if I do want to see and set this page up differently with more information or less, I can decide how I want and then say make default. Now, every time I click on a contact, it'll narrow it down to that information. Yeah, great question
I
there.
love it,
So,
dude. I love
so
it.
that was just a, yeah.
Mark wants a color picker. He says, "Can you create a color picker, please, so we can put our own color?" Mark, great, great. I want to add that too. Brandon, let's make
Yeah.
this a section of what we all want. I'm joking.
There you go. Then we have a button that says contact us, and you can send your suggestions in. And really, you guys, everything I'm showing you today is straight out of suggestions from people like you. Our members are the wise members, and they constantly are telling us what we need to do and add. So that's what we do every day. And so it's everything I'm showing you is built by suggestions. So we love your suggestions, and we actually put them down and we grade them, and that's how we build wise agents. And so we're always working on things that you all are asking for.
So good, buddy.
Truly.
So good. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
And Miranda, thank you for answering all the questions in the chat. I appreciate you.
Yeah, we do have Miranda and Lara in there from our marketing team, and they're answering questions. So if I don't get to it here, they'll answer it there, and we'll answer them after the fact and send you emails if we need don't get them all answered. So now we've kind of got the database, but the next thing is the how do we set it up when the leads are coming in and the content. And so just know that as you decide, hey, I'm going to have my morning routine and this is what I'm going to do every day, it's not going to happen that way. Things are going to get thrown off, and you need to be consistent and send those emails and texts, but you're going to get a call that a transaction is going wrong or a buyer's coming into town. You got to stop everything and drive them around. Whatever it is, it's not always going to go the way you want. And you may wake up and you've had a lot of other problems going on in your life outside of real estate that you've got to deal with,
Mhm.
and your car broke down. So the way to be consistent building your business when all that other stuff is going on is to run your business using systems. You have to have systems in place, and that's what will automatically keep these relationships going when you are taking care of the rest of life's problems or getting sidetracked with other very important things. So a really big thing is to make sure you're setting up your lead rules. And what that means is that anytime a lead comes into our system, we want it, all the leads, no matter where we're getting leads from, whether we're buying them from things like realtor.com or Zillow, or they're coming in from our website, or we're meeting them at an open house. It doesn't matter. We want to set it up so everything is every time we meet a lead, it's automatically coming in here. Now, if we meet them at the soccer field or at the gym, that's going to be a manual enter. But those are usually the more VIP ones. So you want to make sure you enter those. But so there's always a time where you need that too. But so the lead management, it's really, really easy to set up. And the idea, you guys, is not to have one lead system that works for all these different leads. You want to talk to them all differently. So if you're holding an open house, you want to have a different kind. You want different messages to drip on them than the leads that you got from Zillow. There's just two totally different people. You've already met this person at the open house. They know your face. So you're going to talk to them that way versus a lead coming off the internet. So you want to make sure that you quickly and easily set these up. And so all you do is just decide where the lead is coming from. Hey, I'm going to put it on a drip campaign. And so what am I going to do? Oh, let's do the open house drip I've already set up. And that's 20 touches over the next 8 weeks or whatever it is. And we're going to go in where did I get that content? That'll be the next thing. So I'm going to jump back to show you that. But then as we go through, we've got the drip campaign coming in, but do we want to send an immediate email? So I say, yes, let's write immediate email. So as soon as they get home, they've got the email from the open house saying, thank you for stopping by. And even better than that, let's send an immediate text. So right when they're leaving the open house, you're thanking them and getting your name in front of them. And so we're hitting them different ways: text, phone
Oh, I love
calls,
that.
emails, postcards. So they're seeing your name, different
Brandon,
channels.
is
Yes.
the texting feature extra, or does it come with a certain amount for that cost? Tell me about
Yeah,
that.
good. Yeah, good question. So everything else I'm showing you, other than the AI bot and the texting, those are going to be add-on tools, and the texting is $11 a month. It's not
Oh,
just an
that's
immediate
cheap.
turn it on and you can start sending. you're going to need to go through the registration process so that we can make it all legal and work around all the hoops that the government's putting in place for us. But we've been navigating those for over a year now, and we've got it down. So our support team will help you get your text number set up. Once it's set up, you're good to go, and then you can send one text to 300 people at one time, and I would say start way less than that because you're going to get a lot of replies, and we're going to show you how to do that. So and then of course there's an AI bot. So if you want to use that, you just need to kind of know, are those leads sellers or renters or buyers, so you can set that up properly. And then the distribution, you guys, is going to be more for, I'm a broker or a team leader and I need to I'm getting these leads and distributing them around to the rest of my team. So I can do it by day of the week, by zip code, by price range, by round robin, the Shark Tank, you name it, it's there. And you don't have to do the same. So you can try different things, split test, and see what works better for your team. On realtor.com, leads do it one way, and Zillow leads do it a different way, and see what works better and what messages. So you can always be split testing, making things better. And that's another point, I guess, is that people always say, hey, next weekend I'm going to get my CRM set up. No, it's an ongoing thing. Even when you feel like you've got it all set up, I mean, Tristan will tell you he's always tweaking his marketing material even and making it better. Yes,
Question.
Tristan.
First, more of a comment because I loved Mark's question. Mark, great questions today, buddy. What's the wiggling fish in the upper left-hand corner? And your team says, Mark, that's our Shark Tank feature. When new leads enter the CRM, the fish wiggles to notify team members they should claim the new lead. I had no idea, and I've been using it for a
There we
while.
are. So he's talking about this little fish up here.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and you just click on it, you'll see the tank, and then you can hit claim, and the first person that claims it gets it in that scenario. So that's where the broker, whoever's buying the leads or getting the leads has said, hey, we're going to do it Shark Tank style. So they're all going to go here, and for whoever can work on it first will take it. And then if you have it set up right now, it'll get immediate marketing right from the team leader, and with our company branding. And then as soon as Tristan grabs that lead, now it's his, then the branding will change, and now it's going to be marketed to from Tristan under that same umbrella of branding.
All right,
Yes.
another great question because I run a lot of Facebook ads and a lot of PPC. Frank's got a great question. I run ads on Facebook, several different campaigns. Can I import leads as they come in? And can they be designated or tagged on each ad campaign so that I know where they came from? And then have the email
Absolutely.
go automatically. Is
Yeah,
that
the answer
something
is
that happens automatically, or do we need Zapier, or is it API integration? What does that look like?
we have an API integration with Facebook, so we can just help you set that up where your leads immediately come into the system automatically, and then automatically turn on the drip campaign to start converting them. Same thing if you want to just run an ad and use our landing pages. And I'll just jump over there and show you that. You can do that too. So if you want to capture leads on the Facebook landing page, and those leads, all that information will come in. Or maybe you want to create your own landing page using one of ours, and then you can put a link to that and capture leads on those. On social media, you can use them on email, you can however you want. And there's all kinds of landing pages set up for you. And I'll just show you a couple so you can kind of understand how they work. We went in and set these up. This is for an open house. So before you go do your open house, instead of having people sign in on a piece of paper and now you have to go and at night when you're tired and read all that writing and input it in manually, you instead just when they walk in, give them the iPad or even have a QR code and they can sign in right from their phone. And you just tell them, hey, the seller is requesting everyone that walks through before you walk through that you sign in. But if you have a landing page, you can have a bunch of yes or no questions that they can easily answer, and you're going to get a lot more information than if you just have a piece of paper where they have to write their name, and their email that you can hardly read. And
This is
so,
great, man. I love this. I love this
yeah,
landing page.
lots
Like
of
any
really
ad.
good ones, you guys. If you want to do a single property page, you can set that up and just pop your information in. And again, our team is here to help you. So we've got it. We just had someone, one of our guests said one of the things she did was get to know me. So she added her landing page into our system, and let me see here. So if I hit preview here, this one is one that she sent out to just how do I get people's information? She's sending it out to her database, and people are filling it in and telling her everything about them. So she's able to start relationships right away
Ah,
because she
I
knows.
never
So
thought about that, dude. So
it,
you're talking about like for my core people, I could actually send that one out. It's like,
it's
huh,
just they're ready to go,
that's a really good
and
one.
yeah, and so going back to the to when you're setting these drip campaigns up, or you're going to send out an email or text, whatever it is, you gotta. It starts with the content, and so this is where you're going to go to the content library, and right here, this is where it's going to get really. We're going to add a lot of value to you if you're using the Lab Code Agent promo code, because in Wise Agent, here's all the different content I've already been using in the past, and if I want to print it or clone it or edit it or email it, share it anyway, I can do that. But I'm going to start here and click on create content. And then we're going to start off with text messages. So now we've got our top 50 in, or our VIPs, our core list. And we want to, now we have to get in front of them. So what are we going to do? So we can go use our AI writing assistant and have it help us write out a text. But right here, we've got Wise Agent stock text. And in this one that says shared text, now we've got some of the Lab Code Agent or Tristan's text messages ready to go. And we're going to constantly, the idea here is if you're under their promo code, we're going to always be, whenever Tristan just freely is giving out great tips and advice on all of his different channels, we're going to take that and add it to your CRM for you so it's ready to go. And so one of the things that I've seen you talk about often recently that's working for you is you call it your trusted vendor list, right, Tristan?
Yes, dude,
And so
working
you could see right
extremely well.
here, hey, Tom, I'm looking at putting together a trusted vendor list for 2025. Have you worked with any vendors in the last few months that you absolutely love and I could add to my list? You get that's it. That's it. It's that simple. And now I'm just gonna go click on my top 50 and send that out. It's going to use every person's
Dude,
name in that email, and
hold
you
on.
will get replies back, and you're making them part of something. And even if they won't have a referral, they're going to say, hey, Tristan, can you add me? I want to get that list when you get it because I need a new yard guy or whatever it
You
is.
know, man, let me send you something here because I have 9 reasons to reach out to your database in the spring, and you could use it for anything, but um, I'm gonna dump it into the chat, okay?
I love
And
it.
it was I do a podcast, the daily podcast. It was episode I don't remember 428, 429. I just read it. But the very first text on this could be we get a lot of business from this. In fact, we just got another listing from this one. And then show us the newsletter. But first, the one text that we use really well, this is for our core past clients or people we know that own a home that are in our core list. And that's a simple text, Brandon. I'm going to send out. I'm going to read it to you. It says, "Hey, Brandon, I have a real estate question for you for a change. Let me know if you have 5 minutes." And then you're like, "Yeah, sure." Or call me at 6, right? Call you up, and then once we're talking about, "Hey, Brandon, it's Tristan, man. Listen, I know I have a real estate question for you. Weird, right? But how do you see the real estate market right now? Like, what's going on?" And then I just shut up and I listen. And then there's no wrong answer. You're going to
There
tell
you
me,
go.
you're going to tell me your answer. And then here's the key. And this is why we love it. And this is why we get listings from this. You're going to say, "Well, Tristan, what do you think?" And that's the golden moment right there. So anyway,
Right there.
dude, put that
Love
one
it.
in.
So
I just
yeah,
did post it.
we'll get it added, and you guys, as you're watching, Lab Code Agents, you're watching all these different channels. Just know we're going to be always, we have Jazz on Tristan's team that's we're going to show how she's going to be adding these letters and these checklists in the content in the specific for that he recommends, and he's already telling you it works. He's doing it. He's not making this up. It's working for him. So um, that's how we're going to do it. Now I'm going to jump back over here real quick to the content library and show
Brandon,
you an yeah,
show us the newsletter and a few other things.
you
I
got it.
have
Yeah, let's do it. So
I have
so
to
right
step off
here,
to an appointment with a listing client through Zoom, but you continue to do this. Don't leave, okay?
okay, I'll take it from here. Hey, good luck
Thanks.
on that appointment. Tristan.
Thanks, buddy.
So under the stock content, right here, we do have Wise Agent newsletters that you can use that are very quick and easy. You just click on it and they're ready to go. I'm going to show you right here under LCA. We've already got some of Tristan's letters ready to go, and so we're going to use that as an example. I have a buyer, and so that's one that you might have heard him talking about recently. And again, the content is there, and now we just make it easy for you to come in and say, you know what, I'm going to add my social media. Just click it, drag it over, and it'll put it right at the bottom or the top, wherever you want. Maybe you want to add a video, you drag that right over, and now you can just click inside the video. I think I've got a URL saved there, and then that easy. Let's see, it pulls it in, and now we've got a letter even with a video, because we're going to send this out as an email. So the content, we've got a lot of great content in there, and just know that you click on the stock content and it'll be ready to go. We're always going to be adding to that for you all, as Tristan is coming up and sharing some of this new information or new content for you to use. All right. So kind of going through now, we've got our drip campaigns, we're sending out the text, we're sending out the emails, and it starts working. And the next thing is going to happen, you know, is we're going to end up in a transaction. So on the front page, I'm going to scroll down the page, and we're going to come back to this commission report, because that's what's going to happen next. Now we're going to, after we start making sales, we're going to need to track the commissions. We do have a day planner that'll be synced with your phone. Everything will go right back and forth. Towards the bottom of the page, you've got your recent leads, your task list, your call list. And the call list is really, really important as well, because it's going to organize those very important calls. And it just makes it easy. Every time you have a call, you'll see it there. You can go review the notes while you've got them on the phone. You can schedule your next follow-up call. You can schedule for someone else on your team, put the reason why, and add the notes. So anytime you make a call, whether they answer or not, you're never missing it. It's always scheduled for the next call following up, and the notes are added. So that's just an easy tool, but you should all be using. But what I wanted to show you here as we wrap this up is the transaction hot list. So now we've got a transaction going. And I'm going to click on the listing checklist here just to show you kind of how these work. So this is going to be, and I did see in Lab Code Agents just last week, someone was asking, do you have a good checklist to walk me through when I get a buyer or a seller? And this is it right here. And it's an actual already in your account, ready to go. And then you can, of course, edit it all you want. But the way these checklists work is at the top, you're going to have all the critical information that you can refer back to for the rest of your career. It's here. If you ever need to go see what the MLS number was, or the parking spot number, or the appraisal date, it's all there. And you can add as many fields as you want. And then it's going to kind of walk you through the pre-listing, everything you need to do, scheduling the home inspection, going through everything you need to do. And then it'll break down. The next step is the listing side. Did you get the agreement signed? Did you order the homeowners association docs? On and on. And the cool thing about these, you guys, is that behind the checklist, I can set up what we call triggers. And so not only am I checking these things off, hey, I just now put it in the MLS. Okay, I put the listing in the MLS. I checked it off. And now for the rest of my career, I'm going to know what date I did that. I did it on tax day. But more than that is when I put it in, I've pre-written emails or text messages behind each one of these boxes that's going to be a trigger. So when I check that off, it's going to send a text message or an email to my client and say, hey, Mr. Seller, I just want to let you know today your house went live on the MLS. Hey, Mr. Seller, today I want to let you know that we put the lockbox on. That's going to help us sell because it's going to allow more people to show your home. Or hey, we made flyers for your listing today. But each thing you do on here, while you need to be tracking it and you're already doing it, the triggers will add that communication where your seller or your buyer is constantly seeing your name, your face, and they never wonder what's going on because it's automatically sending those touches to them. And then once you get a contract on it, everything else you need to do. And then below that, after the closing, to stay in touch and as it never ends. And then you're going to work them for repeat business and referrals. And below that is going to be where I can track everyone that was involved in that transaction. So 2 years from now, if you call me back and want to know who that inspector is, it's just one click away. I don't have to go dig through files. And then there's a spot where you can have unlimited document storage. And then, of course, a spot where you can add notes as you're getting showings and anything like that. So you can always keep a record of whatever everyone was saying. So there's also one for buyers, and then we have just added one that Tristan made. Again, this is exclusive for the lab code agents, and this is called refreshing the listing. And this is where he kind of walks you through when he's had a listing for going on too long and they need to kind of get some more action going. Here's all the steps that they take on Tristan's team to refresh that listing, and he gave it to you. So we've added it as another checklist. And then to wrap it all up, you all, and I appreciate you staying on a little longer just so we can finish this out without Tristan. The last thing I wanted to show you today would be the commission report. And so this is where now I'm going to be able to see all my numbers as those transactions are starting to close. Now I can come in here and see what I'm doing. Anytime I have a new sale, I just click the button, fill in all the details, and then that'll show right up on the chart. And if I do want to see it as a list view, I can click on the list view and kind of go through and look at it that way too. So there is a lot of other tools in here that we'll go over as we're going to be doing more and more of these meetings with lab code agents and these webinars showing off other parts. But I know we were really only scheduled for 30 minutes today, so we already went over. There will be a recording of this going out, and so we'll get that on. And you guys, we just are constantly adding new features, listening to our members, so it's always changing. So get in and get familiar with it, so that when we do add these new tools, you're ready to go and you can start using them right away. Just know that our support team is here to back you up anytime you need us. We're always available. We'll take good care of you. Everyone gets a free 14-day trial. After that, it's only $49 a month. And that does you can, with that $49 account, you can send 2,500 emails per day. So I saw someone asking about that. Just know, yeah, we really hook you up on the emails. That equals, I think, 75,000 a month. So you'll be good there. Hey, you guys, thank you so much for your time today. I'm gonna let y'all go and get out to it. Have a great rest of your day. And we're here to take care of you if you need. Just use the contact us button, reach out to us by phone, use our chat, whatever you need, and we'll be there to take care of you. All right. Thank you all. Have a good rest of your day.